The downswing in the industrial production is showing no signs of let-up, as the latest output figure released by Ministry of Statistics has shown a decline of 2.1% in the month of November. According to a government release, 10 out of the 22 industry groups in the manufacturing sector have shown negative growth during the month of November 2013. The consumer durables and consumer non-durables have recorded growth of -21.5 and 2.5% respectively, with the overall growth in consumer goods being -8.7%.
The Public-Private Partnership Appraisal Committee recently recommended grant of final approval by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs to 5 major projects in the port sector. The projects include development of 4th container terminal at Jawaharlal Nehru Port, development of container terminal at Ennore Port, development of multi-purpose cargo at Mumbai Port, development of mega container terminal at Tuna Tekra at Kandla Port, and setting up a new container terminal at Diamond Harbour at Kolkata Port.
In a significant development, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs recently approved a mission for integrated development of horticulture for implementation during the 12th plan period with an outlay of Rs 16,840 crore. Among other things, this move is also expected to play a critical role in the coming years in streamlining cold supply chain gaps in fruits and vegetable segment.
Factors like spiraling inflation and slower economic growth failed to dampen the online shopping trends of Indian consumers and have witnessed a significant growth of 85% in 2013, revealed a research paper released by ASSOCHAM recently. According to the report, India's e-commerce market, which was worth $2.5 billion in 2009, now stands close to $16 billion and is expected to touch a whopping $56 billion by 2023.
The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs last month gave its approval for 6th laning of the Vadodara-Surat section of NH8, including construction of a new 4-lane extra-dosed bridge across the Narmada River and 2 8-lane flyovers in Gujarat under the NHDP Phase 5. The cost of the project is estimated to be Rs 503 crore.
Several development initiatives to enhance the capabilities of various types of transport in India will lead to a shift in the country's transportation modal mix for logistic users. This shift is expected to favor the railways, which is already a popular mode of transport for freight movement owing to its cost advantages, despite drawbacks such as delays, elaborate procedures, and inefficient connectivity. This is the key finding of a study paper recently released by the Frost & Sullivan.
Green Dust has launched a smart exchange program wherein users can avail Green Dust discount coupon for every old product that they bring to its retail store. Under the smart exchange program, customers can walk into any Green Dust store and the store will assess a value of their product. The program, however, is valid only on offline model and is not available online.
Gati Kintetsu Express, the express distribution and supply chain solutions provider, recently launched a new project, Green and Clean Billing. Under this project, the company has taken up an initiative to offer its customers e-bills linked to ePod.
I congratulate Logistic Times for such a bold initiative to put it on the portal, and that too a video for every 15 days is, I think, a big challenge for Logistic Times, and I wish them all success. I think this is totally a new idea and which will help the logistic industry and other stakeholders in appreciating and understanding more about logistics.
In the recent economic history, year 2013 has certainly been a tough year for all industry stakeholders. The GDP growth dipped below 5%. There has been a consistent slide in manufacturing output. The inflation and interest rates continue to remain high. The frequent price revision in fuel prices are some of the most defining trends of the year just signed off. The players in the logistics and supply too suffered in no small measure, like other service wings of the economy. So what are the possibilities in the new year, considering the fact that in 2014, politics will probably take precedence over the economy for the larger part, thanks to the next round of general elections? Here is what some senior industry representatives have to say.
In the face-to-face section in this episode, we are featuring an interview with Mr. Vinod Asthana. Mr. Asthana is the Managing Director of Central Railside Warehousing Company, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of public sector warehousing major, Central Warehousing Corporation. CRWC has been in the news recently because it has been granted the Mini Ratna status. Mr. Asthana, I would like to begin with a very simple point. What does this status entail for the company?
While the ministry, the government granted us Mini Ratna, we are taking into account the performance of the last 5 years after the formation of the company, its financial position, its growth rate, its corporate plan, business plan, diversification plan, profit making. That is why I decided that since the company is growing, it should be given little more freedom in terms of its making partnerships, having contracts, working on PPP models, and the board of directors with the grant of Mini Ratna has now been empowered to that extent.
Just give me a sense of those physical numbers which testify that you have been performing well ever since you came into the existence about 6 years back.
We have been increasing our capacity of warehouse at the rate of roughly CAGR of more than 20%. Our total earnings, revenue earnings, have also been growing at a CAGR of about 24%. In terms
In last
of
6 years?
in last 6 years,
Okay.
since formation I'm talking about.
Okay.
In terms of our terminals, if you see that we have now reaching 20 terminals across the country. We have crossed a capacity of over 3 lakh metric tons in our warehousing, which is a large number. And being dividend paying and profit making company has been very good growth of the last 6 years efforts of all the teamwork that has come into the play. We have got officers from CWC, we have got officers from the railways for making the success. The success model that the cooperation between the railways and the CWC has turned out to be very fruitful, and it has helped all the stakeholders, whether it is the industry, whether it is the railways, whether it is CWC, CRWC, everybody getting benefited. The logistics cost, in fact, for the commodities that we are handling in railways has come down.
Okay.
Is this Mini Ratna status a vindication of the fact that within your given resources you have been taking right initiatives?
Yeah, very much we are on the right track. Now we have got a corporate plan of 2012-2022, 10-year plan. We have already got approved from the BOD.
And what are the milestones you are looking at?
Milestone that we are looking at is now expanding the warehousing activities into a more enlarged scope, like say logistics park, like cold chain operations, like running of cargo express trains to railways. Like today, railways mostly carrying bulk commodities. Now we are going into non-bulk, high-value commodities, and that transportation we are entering into. That we enter into bulk cargo, non-bulk cargo movement of goods. Railway supporting us in a big way in this. Recently we had a meeting in the railway board also with all the high officials, and this has been taken into account that we should run cargo express from point to point on a scheduled basis.
Okay.
This is one good initiative which has come around. Besides logistic park, we are working on the DFC corridor also to set up logistic park. We are developing cold chain operations with support of the railways again to back that, identifying cold chain hubs. And cold chain hubs will be linked to rail and road both. That's one of the good.
What is expected to be your turnover at the end of this, at the end of the present financial year? Last year it was pretty much close to rupees 100 crores.
In this financial year, we are looking at 125 crores.
125.
I would like to get a broader sense from you. In next 2 years, how your expansion plan will really unfold on the ground, given the fact that you are getting into JVs with a lot of other agencies.
See, the new projects which I am talking about, like we have taken up projects with IFCO, we are taking up projects with the ports, we are taking up projects with Inland Water Authority, we are taking up projects where freight terminals can be put up. These all are projects which will take 2 to 3 years to realize. Some of the joint ventures are being processed, some of the agreements have already been done. Like recently we have done a MOU with the Indian Water Authority for setting up the first river port on Brahmaputra in Assam. So these projects will take time. But in next 4 to 5 years, we are certainly seeing that we will be able to at least double our capacity.
I think in India, logistics is the future. And through LT15, Logistics Times is making sure they're going to be part of India's future.
World's leading material handling and intra-logistics trade fair, CMAT India 2013, was organized at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi last month. The show witnessed participation from over 150 globally renowned brands like Godrej and Boyce, Voltas Material Handling, Manny Material Movement, Kelly Material Handling, Jung Henrich, Silver Lining Storage, Gandhi Automation, SSI Schaefer, Electromech Material Handling, and Exide. The main attraction of the event was the CMAT Application Park, a live demo space which was organized as a part of the CMAT Forum. The idea was to recreate a static warehouse with certain vital applications used inside a warehouse at the show floor.
The 2013 edition of India's first cold chain focused show, ICE, which was organized in Agra in December, attracted more than 2,000 trade visitors. The show recorded a strong growth in visitor numbers from countries like the Netherlands, the USA, Italy, Denmark, France and Nepal. Delegations and visitors from Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab and West Bengal were part of the show. The partner country for the show was the Kingdom of Netherlands. The show was supported by government bodies like Ministry of Agriculture, NHM, NCCD, WDRA and NHB.
PhD Chamber organized a national conference on cold chain financing on 10 December in Delhi. The conference brought together an impressive gathering of representatives from the cold chain industry as well as the banking sector. The inaugural address was delivered by Dr. Soumitra Chaudhary, Member Planning Commission.
Birla Institute of Management Technology, in association with the University of Hull, UK, organized the inaugural edition of International Conference on Supply Chain and Logistics Management at Delhi's India Habitat Center last month. The event saw an impressive gathering of senior supply chain industry leaders representing various verticals as well as experts from over 10 countries who presented technical papers.